Venti is large.
No, Venti is 20.
Danny.
Yeah. Large is large. In fact, tall is large, and grande is Spanish for large. Venti's the only one that doesn't mean large. It's also the only one that's Italian. Congratulations, you're stupid in 3 languages.
Honey, that's great coffee. It's
Smell good ground coffee.
Okay, buddy, what do you think of Wilkins coffee? I never tasted it. Now, what do you think of Wilkins?
Well, good morning, everybody. Oh, I better go turn that off. There you go. There. So, yeah, I'm airing the show from New Digs. You can see I'm picking up some wood paneling here and my fan. The air conditioner is being aired, so it needs to be kept cool in here. Delicious coffee. There you go. Delicious. See the cup? Yeah. All right. I want to say good morning to everybody. I got a full night's sleep. It's the best sleep I've had in a while. The New Digs are great. I need to thank Lauren Worth and her husband for setting me up. It's very, very, very nice. I have a little area in the house all to myself. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. And I have my delicious black coffee today because for some reason, I think my stepson forgot to put my sweetener. Yeah, I couldn't find it. So I'm just drinking black coffee this morning, which I still like. I want to say good morning to, let's see, Brightest Day is here. Dustin Varfin, Pacific 414, Sox Bulletin. What's up, my friend? D-Bud Martin, happy Friday to you, too. Of course, Martin is in the chat, but he's also here next to me. And he has been suffering from the coof, and I'm so grateful to have you here, buddy. I hope you're feeling better today.
Yes, gladly.
Thank God. Because I'm always lost without you. And you think I'm joking? I'm not. Let's see, who else is here? Penny is here. Hi, Penny. How are you doing? Good morning. Happy Friday. And, Raging Rat is here. What is up? Oh, Anime Confusa is here. Good morning. And, of course, one of my 2 favorite monkeys, Monkey Jeebus, is here. Hello. Good morning, my friend. Look, I think that once you reach a certain age, it's okay to mourn a little bit, but it's more important to celebrate because James Caan lived a full freaking life. And you had few actors have as big an impact on several different genres in cinema. And, he hit right across the board from comedy, action. He starred in the first buddy cop film. People don't remember that. I do, because I grew up on that shit. I own the film. It's one of my favorite films of all time. It's Freebie and the Bean. Good luck. You'd never see that film getting made today. Because the Bean refers to the fact that his partner's Mexican, even though the Mexican partner is played by Alan Arkin, who is an Eastern European Jewish man. But you could do that back then. It didn't matter. Nobody did blackface, mind you, in film after, so many years. But the fact is, you had guys of different races playing different races. It wasn't unheard of to have a Spaniard play the part of an Egyptian, the 13th warrior. But James Caan had a prolific, storied career. And he really was in my top 10 favorite actors of all time. He was a tough guy. He always played a tough guy, and he was a tough guy in real life. I like his son. Good actor. He was on Hawaii Five-0 for a while. He was in Gone in 60 Seconds too, the remake. And I did like the remake. I thought it was fun. Darius Munchausen's in the house. What's up, my friend? How are you doing, man? Good to see you. Everybody's saying hi to each other. I like that. We're all cheery, friendly people. No, he really is. He really is an old school Hollywood tough guy. Guy's been around since the 60s. I mean, he hit my radar when I was like 6 years old. I watched a movie he was in. He was the bad guy, and it scared the shit out of me. It was his first major movie. It was his first starring role, Lady in a Cage. And in fact, I've got some videos to share with you guys. Yeah, I like Scott Caan. I really do. And I like that he had his dad play his dad in Hawaii Five-0. That was fucking cool. Let me pull up a video here. This is the first movie that I ever saw him in. And he was really, this is like his first movie. And he got to work opposite Olivia de Havilland. I mean, you don't just, what an amazing, I mean, he'd just been doing TV up to this point. And, you know, he was in The Detectives, all sorts of TV shows. But this is the film that got him on my radar as a kid. And I grew up watching real movies. I didn't watch children's TV that much. I watched Sesame Street and Electric Company. And in the mornings, I'd watch kid shows. But when I watched movies, I liked watching movies as a kid. And this is one of them right here. I'll pull this up. Really a cage. It's an elevator. She's a rich lady, and she gets stuck in her elevator. And all of a sudden, all the riffraff starts showing up and doing whatever they want. What's she going to do? She used to be one of the hottest women in Hollywood in the 50s. And she had her own TV shows. She, you know, the Ann Southern Show, My Favorite Secretary. And later on, she would be relegated to a bit character on Gunsmoke. And you didn't even recognize her. They put so much makeup on her. She was like this haggard old country woman lived outside of town. She was a regular on Gunsmoke for a while. But this is actually a really good film. As silly as this trailer is, it's a film you should watch.
It
highly
reminds me.
recommend it.
It reminds me of one I saw in 2017, I think, The Derelicts. And let me put the IMDb link in the private chat so you can share with.
Oh, yeah, okay. Let me first say I see that Kylock has popped in. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good morning, Kingsport Cal. How's it down there in Tennessee? Up here in Missouri, it's hot, followed by more hot. Tomorrow, more hot. It's always hot. Thief is a great film, dude. I mean, oh my God. I'm going to try to go over some of my favorite films of his, and one of them is Thief. Thief is a film that hit me. I was 15 or 16 when I saw that. And it was the first film to use synthesized soundtrack. Tangerine Dream was the composer of the soundtrack. Every critic, including Roger Ebert, hated that. It's muddy, it's loud, it ruins scenes and all that. And yet it set the standard of what was to come in the 80s. Because the 80s introduced synthesized soundtracks. And it's a very distinct sound to the 80s. They use it in Stranger Things very well. I love their use of synthesizers. It's a great throwback to a great time in filmmaking. Let me see. What did you say there, Socks? Thief is a great film. It's also a Michael Mann film and filmed here in Chicago, and it's very underrated. No, absolutely. I think it's a work of art, to be honest with you. And Caan did some of his best acting in that film. And holy shit, that ending. What an ending. I mean, if it weren't for that movie, Thief, I wouldn't have paid attention to Miami Vice because I knew who Michael Mann was. Yeah, guys like Keith and I were cinephiles at a very young age. We started paying attention. Like, I remember my dad and I, because my dad was a cinephile, and we would take notice of some of the same actors at the same time. And my dad and I got into a conversation back in the fucking 80s about Bill Paxton. Oh, I like this guy. He's going to go places if somebody would give him a chance. This is way back before he became a star. He was great, like Hudson. You know, when he played Hudson in Aliens, what a great film. But speaking of that, you know, the producers of Aliens went on to produce Alien Nation, another great film with James Caan. And but let's go back. I want to go through time, and I need to hold on a second. I got to find this trailer because I did not get a copy of it because I want to play the trailer when it comes time. Because oh yeah, maybe I'll actually show part of that, the ending of Thief, because that is just a hell of an ending. And I love the way Michael Mann makes his ending. I mean, if you've ever seen his film, it was his version of Dragon, what was called Manhunter. I loved the way he filmed the ending. It was different than the book. And of course, we saw the readaptation of it later, which I consider that truer to the novel. But I loved Michael Mann's ending. And his Sam Peckinpah use of, and I use Sam Peckinpah because Sam Peckinpah made slow-mo famous. And he used the slow-mo scene and that fucking, I think it was The Doors. This is the end. Oh my God, that fucking movie. But James Caan in Thief helped establish that style of filmmaking that Michael Mann would do. The Green Mill Bar here in Chicago, the bar is still here, and the window that got blown out, the studio paid the owner of the bar to blow it out and then paid to replace the hole. Are you talking about from Thief? That scene? Yes, Heat is a great film. And I got to be honest with you, if you've never seen the original Heat that he made, it's a good film. It's not great. I understand why he remade it. Because if you've seen the original, you'll understand. As good as it was a mistake film. It just wasn't all it could be. When he made it the second time, that is a masterpiece. That James Caan was this versatile actor. But I say versatile because no matter what film he's in, he's still playing a version of himself, because Caan was a very boxed-in actor. He could only be in films where he was believable as the character. He, James Caan, was believable as the character. And so therefore, it was hard for him to... they're working on the AC. So you'll hear some noises. They're working on the AC. But anyway, where was I? What was I saying? James Caan, something. Lost my train of thought. Martin?
I'm sorry.
Did anybody pay attention to what I said? Because I can't remember what the hell I said. LA Takedown.
You were saying that he would only be good on.
Oh yeah, he was
certain
boxed in
roles.
as an actor. So every character he had to work into him working as that character. I think one of the few times where you saw him stretch a little bit was with Sonny Corleone. And but let me see, because I'm sure I've got some videos here. Video file. This is his next film that he did after Lady in a Cage. And it was John Wayne's El Dorado, which was the third remake of the same film. one thing I want to point out is the fact that James Caan doesn't look natural in a Western. So they had to find a way to give him a look that made him fit in because, he's got that New York accent. And so they gave him that nifty little stovepipe hat and the leather shirt with the, I don't know what to call it. It's not an ascot, but it's a kerchief or something wrapped around his neck, which was common. Heston and Wayne both did that shit all the time. Peck did it too when he did Westerns. But what you're going to see here is really pretty cool scene. And I thought he did a really good job as Mississippi in this movie. He's not somebody that you would, because he's stiff in the saddle when he rides a horse. Because you won't see it in this, but if you watch the film, you'll see James Caan riding a horse and he doesn't look natural in the saddle. But he was an up and comer. And Wayne took a shine to him, and he was one of them that wanted him in the film. And I think they found a way to make it work because he is not a cowboy. He is not a cowboy star. And that's why this is his one real. And that's why he calls him Mississippi.
He was a gambler named Johnny Diamond.
Johnny Diamond.
And he was kind of an old man.
You hear this dialogue and you're thinking this is a gangster movie. Seriously, you listen to his accent and you hear gangster movie.
Man.
And a lot of people didn't know why they wore them because a lot of guys that rode in the West did wear out West. Anywhere that got dusty, they would have those because every once in a while, especially with cattle, you have to pull that up over your face to protect your, try to protect you from breathing in all that crap in the air because cattle, fucking push up a lot of dirt in the air. Bandana. Thank you. Thank you, Socks. You got it. That's the word I was looking for. Bandana.
The other three.
Yeah. I caught up.
You got it too, Dust Wolfen.
You're the last.
Hey, see, I like that. That is a great moment in this scene. Their fucking boss is like, yeah, he's right. It really shouldn't have taken 4 of you to deal with one guy. Calling him a puss. Westerns, man. War films, Westerns. Always dramatic roles. It wasn't until Mork and Mindy that he stretched his comedy chops and it changed his career. I don't know if it was for the better, but it did. It changed his career.
You killed your friend, right?
That's right.
Well, it happens Charlie was a good friend of mine. So let's see if you can do that trick.
I love that fucking line. I want to go back. You killed my friend. Because he killed your friend. Well, he's my friend, so I'm going to kill you. I want to go back. Great scene. There's another scene in that film that I like when a guy goes for his gun, the bartender, and he puts his hand on the bar top, the flap, puts his hand on it, and John's not able to shoot because of a hip spine injury. So with his pistol, so he has to use a scatter gun, and he fires the scatter gun in the direction of the bar. And it's one of the best moments in a Western where he hits the bar right below the guy's hand and it shoots splinters up into his hand. Big, long, nasty splinters. And it's just one of my favorite moments in a Western. I just fucking love that movie. And like I said, it was the 3rd remake of the same film. They've made it 3 times. John Ford, I think, did the first version. They did it 4 times total. And I can't remember the name of the 4th film, but all of them with John Wayne. John Wayne just kept playing the exact same character over and over again. But James Caan was actually very enjoyable in that film. He and John Wayne played chess, and they got into an argument because Caan thought he cheated. That led to a near physical confrontation between the 2 of them. Thank God cooler heads prevailed. But Caan would go on to make some more films and TV shows. He was always on TV. That was where he made his money. And let's see. I'm going to get... cancel that. Why is it canceled? Hello? I'm getting weird shit. Can you hear me, Martin?
Yes, loud and clear.
I'm getting the wheel of despair on my screen, acting like something's wrong. So if I disappear, I'll be back. There, it canceled. Share video file. See, one of the next big ones he did was Godfather, really. Let me go ahead and throw that in. Oh, wait, I forgot about this one. Okay, so just to let you know, he was in the very first buddy cop film. And it starred Alan Arkin and James Caan. And it's one of my favorite films of all time. It is on my top 20 list of favorite films. It set the standard of how buddy cop films would go, you know, and of the two characters in constant conflict, but always having each other's back. And it's racist as hell, because James Caan's character is your typical racist cop, saying racist shit, but still a good guy because, you know, his heart's in the right place. His head always isn't. Yes, that's a really good scene. Yeah, I agree. But this is one of my favorite moments in Freebie and the Bean. Nobody had ever really done anything this since the Keystone Cops. And this is what I refer to as a Keystone Cop scene. These two are bickering like a married couple. And just watch this. And good morning, Cavatino. Che, what's up, my friend? I'm going to work my way there, motherfucker. Don't rush it. You're just like the army, man. Hurry up and wait. So, I mean, that's a great film. And let me see. What do we got here? I'm going to show some more stuff here. Share screen, video file. I got El Dorado. I did Lady in a Cage. I've done Killer Elite is, nope, Godfather is. So he plays Sonny Corleone in this film. And of course, you know, this is an intense movie. And if anybody didn't watch it, it's fun. I did enjoy watching The Offer, even though they're full of shit on a lot of stuff. They're just absolutely making up stuff. But based on hearsay or just making it up. Because like the story of what you're going to see here, he did knock the shit out of the young actor, but in reality, because the actor has talked about it, he says it was just getting too much into the character, and he broke a rib and broke his nose. He hit him in the face with the trash can lid and broke his nose. But the fact is, you can see they rehearsed it, and you can see where he's throwing pulled punches. So he's clearly not really raging on him. But they did some things that weren't rehearsed, and that's where the injuries took place. So that story in the movie The Offer is bullshit. It's not what happened. Even James Caan has said that that's not why that happened. The injuries were because he got too method. He got a little too method. So this is when he finds out that his sister is being abused by her husband again. And he's just getting sick of this shit. And that's Talia Shire playing the sister. She is in real life the sister of the director Francis Ford Coppola. Yeah, she's from Rocky.
Huh? What's the matter?
It was my fault.
Where is
Sonny, please. It was my fault. Sonny, it was my fault. I hit him. I started a fight with him. Please, Sonny. I hit him, so he hit me.
Okay, I'm just gonna give the doctor to come take a look at you.
Sonny, please don't do anything. Please don't do it.
Okay. What's the matter with you? What am I gonna do? I'm gonna make that baby an orphan before he's born. Huh? All right?
Oh, shit. That one is called Freebie and the Bean. It's hard to find a copy of it today. It's part of the MGM vault. you can actually get a DVD copy through Amazon. That's what I did. I got one of their, it's a vault film. But it's Freebie and the Bean, and it's Alan Arkin and James Caan as two cops in San Francisco trying to put away a mobster. It's fucking funny. It's one of my favorite films of all time. Lindsay, when I think of James Caan, Paul Sheldon is the character that immediately comes to mind for me. What a legend. I agree. Yeah, well, look, don't get me wrong. That's a classic film, but it's not on my list of favorite films of all time. But Caan nailed it in that movie. When she hobbles him, holy shit. What a scene. Oh, we lost Keith. No, I'm going to show it. I'm going to show it, Pat. Relax. Chill out. Jesus Christ, dude. What the fuck, man? People losing it. Morning, Shanatsky. Got an eye on you. Here we go.
I'm still betting Yankees pretty heavy.
And again, there's a shot that they left in the film that a lot of them were like, why did you leave it there? They were covering the shot from so many different angles. And the reason why it's kept in there is because of the flow, that Coppola did not want to lose the flow of the scene. So you'll see he throws a punch and he misses him by a mile. But like I said, this was all rehearsed except for 4 things. And those 4 things are what got him injured. When he kicks him, when he's on the ground, and he kicks him and lifts him off the ground, he really did. And that broke a rib. So here we go.
Taking action out, right?
And he's pulling his kick.
We lost
He's
enough
still
money
hurting.
this week on the game.
Great film. Take down.
Oh, come here.
That wasn't planned, and he actually hit him in the head. Fake punch, fake punch, fake punch. Look how far he missed him. This is where it starts getting real. And Caan started getting into it. Those are stage punches. He really bites him. That was real. This is real. Really hit him. And this is where he broke his nose, right here. He pulled that kick, but he's really hitting him too.
Touch my sister again, I'll kill you.
What a scene, man. He was a real Hollywood tough guy. And it, when he did scenes like that, it was so believable, but there was a little bit too much method in that one, and it got the actor hurt. We have a $2 super sticker. Don't leave me. Darius Munchausen, $2 for you, sir. What shall I play? I think I'll play this video for you. Let me open one up. This is just for you. Open video file, and there.
My penis was in the Guinness Book of World Records, but then the librarian asked me to take it out.
That joke always cracks me up. That was for you, Darius. Thank you for the $2 super chat. And let's see, is Keith coming back? Let me go find out what's going on. Actually, I could just call him. Here we go. Let's put up Keith here. Yeah. Put up Keith. And hit dial. Getting the tingling in my hand, so I had to shake it out. Shake it like a Polaroid. Keith? Hello, Keith? Keith? Hey, are you coming back?
I may not be able to for a few minutes.
Oh, that's fine. I just want to make sure you're coming back because you just sort of dropped out. All right, buddy. Just let me know. All right. Because I like to talk to him about James Caan because I know he's a big James Caan fan too. We're both cinephiles. What was the angry face for? What? Let's see. Let's get to the chat. You used to get like 2 minutes before a takedown. Now it's like 30 seconds. Oh, did I get taken down? Is that what he's saying?
No, I think it was the moment we lost Kid in the stream.
Okay, yeah. Let's see. I mean, I'll probably get a claim later on a couple of these, and I'll trim them. It's like old 32 flavors of Nick Weiser days. Yeah. I'm moving down the chat right now.
Yeah.
I'm going to just take over so I can read. Can't even share a scene as tribute to legendary actor that just passed. Such bullshit. So did I get taken down?
What?
Are you guys saying I got taken down? Because that's what it sounds like you're saying.
No.
Here, hold on a second.
No. We don't use it.
Well, what they'll do is they'll gank you for like a little bit and then let you back up. All right, I'm going to see. You can actually watch it on Amazon or rent it. So I'm going to share. Here we go. Let me share my screen. Share screen. Excuse me. I apologize. Chrome tab, Amazon Freebie and the Bean. Here you go. Just look up Freebie and the Bean, and you can watch it for $2.99, or you can buy it for $9.99 through the Prime Video, video on demand, or you can purchase a Blu-ray. I did not know they put out a Blu-ray. Now I got to go get that. They finally did. This is the one I got. It's Warner Brother Archives. That was it. Not MGM, but Warner Brother Archives. And I bought that years ago. It was an SD. Of course, it's still available on VHS here. This is a classic film, and it is the first of its kind. It's the first buddy cop film ever made. Just before it was released was the film Bullet, which was the first cop chase film movie. And it was the first one to really do it since the Keystone Cops, but they did it more dramatic, and they did something nobody had ever done before: mounted cameras on the vehicles, so you got bullseye view of the fucking jumps and the crazy stunts they did. And this movie has some crazy stunts in it too. But so. See, where are we? So we did get pulled for a little bit. That's so silly. I wonder how much we were doing and they didn't even get to see. I used to follow James Caan back before Facebook and all that shit. And he had a blog. And I'd read his blogs way back in the day. He was still sort of a local guy, because he's from Missouri, but he doesn't like to admit it. Hollywood people don't like to admit when they're from Missouri or the Midwest. Stream said policy violation. Jesus Christ.
Oh, yes, Polly is in the house.
Oh, is Polly here?
Yes. Let me... Here.
That really sucks. Because all I'm blabbing about is James Caan. That pisses me off. talking history, it's stuff he did, the impact he had on film. Oh, we're talking about a guy.
Whoa, we were down for 4 minutes.
That's pathetic.
And hello, Polly. Sorry, Gerry doesn't acknowledge you properly.
I'm pissed right now. So my sense of humor just went out the door. It's hard for me to respond to people making jokes because I'm just going to come off like an asshole. Fucking all I want to do is talk about this guy today, and they're fucking ganking the video, and fuck, man, YouTube can go fuck themselves. They're such assholes.
Yeah, it's getting ridiculous, man. The stories you hear every day about things like this is, not to mention the takedown of trailers and reaction to trailers.
What was the Derelicts link for?
Ooh, it's a movie that the lady in the cage remind me of.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a great film. So, yeah, I don't mind. Like I said, I don't mind if I need to trim it later, but to interrupt the fucking stream. Yeah, but to really understand James Caan, you need to see him doing things. It's really fucking stupid. It's not like I'm trying to make money off of his movies. I'm just trying to show examples of his acting, and you can't really do that through photos, and that's what's irritating me.
And that's I don't know. There are many people who get exposed to an old movie because things like this. For example, do you have a freebie?
It's promotional.
Now we have a lot of
when you do
people
these
that
shows.
is trying to watch that movie because of what you did.
So after The Godfather, let me get back on my train of thought. He did 2 films in 75 that really, once again, cross genres. One's an action thriller, and the other one is a sci-fi action thriller. The first one of which was Rollerball. And I'm going to pause it here, and I'm just going to mute it, and I'm just going to scroll through, and show this scene. I fucking love this scene. But this is just a classic film. What a great action film.
Yeah.
Dark, and
maybe we shouldn't.
I'm showing going frame by frame. This is like showing pictures. Just a great film. And they remade it, and it was garbage, the remake. Yeah, Rollerball is great. I'm glad to hear you like that one, Latino. It's one of my favorites.
Dude, they took us down.
I didn't even. Are you serious?
The chat is. Yep, stream unavailable.
Well, there we go. It's impossible to do a tribute. You can go to other channels and they'll show footage after footage, and they don't get ganked. like new rock stars.
Well, this whole
It's
streaming
pathetic.
world
This is
has
pathetic.
its
Finish my coffee.
predilects. Some people can do some things and the rest can't. It's utterly bullshit.
I don't know, Lindsay. It could be. I don't know. Are we off the air?
No,
still?
we're back. We're back.
Yeah, Lindsay, I don't know if it's a false flag. I think that they're just watching and waiting. So I'm going to be forced to do what Paulie suggested, which is just show photos. And it really pisses me off. Or just simply do stills, not play any video. God damn, they fucking pissed me off.
Yeah, Kingsport, that seems to be the case. One have to go tiptoeing around this kind of thing now.
So I'm going to throw this in here and just pull. What was the next film I was going to show and talk about? Because there was another movie in '75. The Killer Elite. What a great film. Killer Elite. Now that I can't show video, I'll just go find a good photo. Killer Elite, 1975. Now, if you guys didn't know, Katie Haber, who's been a guest on our show, and I thought about reaching out to her this morning, but I thought it was too last minute, so I just didn't do it, to have her on, because she worked on his movie, The Killer Elite, and she really loved James Caan. No, so we lost Caan yesterday and Storch today, but I've been expecting Storch for a while. I mean, these gentlemen are really freaking old. They've lived a good life. And we're lucky that we had him for so long. Yeah, that's what I'm doing, Paulie. I'm just simply going to go to images. So I'm going to grab brand. I'm going to upload an image here. Downloads. I'm going to go to downloads real quick. Here we go. Grab these. Ooh, there you go. Oh, they're being real assholes on StreamYard too. They're telling me I have too many images and videos, even though I deleted a bunch this morning that I didn't need. Everybody's being assholes. Yeah. I just deleted 2 images and went to upload 1, and it still says I have too many. So I'm just fucking annoyed right now. StreamYard and YouTube are just pissing me off today. Well, anyway, this is the new location for right now. And I'm going to do it this way, and I will just bypass both of them. There we go. And open that back up. Share screen. Here we go. Share screen. Chrome tab. Thief. There we go. This movie is absolutely a work of art. I love that the Criterion Collection stepped in and restored it and is still making it available for people to watch in HD. Thief is the film that introduced us to synthesized scores, with Tangerine Dream doing the soundtrack. Tangerine Dream would again do the score to the theatrical recut of Legend. So They were the first. The second was Vangelis because he did Chariots of Fire, followed by Blade Runner, and then Tangerine would work with Ridley Scott and do Legend, and so that was the birth. Vangelis and Tangerine Dream were really the forefathers of synthesized music in cinema, and it was so good. Vangelis won an Oscar for Chariots of Fire. Let's see what's going on. Yes, that was the original Rollerball, really the only Rollerball movie. That remake was just cash grab garbage. But hey, Polly, if you want to jump on and talk about James Caan, man, you're welcome to join me. Martin, you want to send him an invite?
I don't think I have him on.
Oh, he doesn't like you?
Oh, maybe. Yeah, but I don't think I can send messages to him on.
Well, I'm just going to post it here in the chat. This day, I'm so annoyed right now with today's
No, I
episode.
got it. I got it.
Did you get it?
Yes.
All right, there you go. So, Paul, if you want to join us to talk about James Caan, I fucking love that guy, man. So, Thief is this great film. He plays a guy that's one more job kind of situation and ends up, of course, being betrayed and then acts out his revenge on the people who did it. And it's just a classic film. Michael Mann directed it, and I'm telling you, it is just a great film. Okay, no problem, Paulie, but I love you, man. I'm glad you're in the chat. And Paulie is one of the people, he's a cinephile like Keith and I. He really loves his film. I find that some of my other friends who are cinephiles are very specific and, are into specific genres and lack the passion about all of cinema. And whereas I love all cinema, people go, well, do you love horror? Are you a horror fan? I'm like, yes, I am. I am a horror fan, but I also love science fiction just as much. I love gangster movies, dramas, action films, comedies. I even enjoy the occasional romantic comedy. I love bromance films. I fucking love them. Yeah, I'm fucking so irritated with him right now. I'm probably going to delete this show. I'm so irritated with YouTube doing this. So don't be surprised if this show disappears because I feel like them doing that is so intrusive. Like, if you want to claim me, that's fine, but don't interrupt the stream. The music of Chariots of Fire is, it is iconic. Vangelis did that, man. But it only lasted those two films for him. His soundtracks are Chariots of Fire and Blade Runner. After that, his soundtracks aren't as memorable because he did other films, just not as memorable. It's like Basil Polidorus. He had like a handful of films where he just did some masterwork. But then after that, like he did Hunt for Red October, and I really didn't think that was as powerful a soundtrack. It's good. It's a very good soundtrack, but it's not Conan. The Barbarian. I mean, he made a Barbarian soundtrack. Let's see, who's this? Cam. Hi, how are you doing? Cinephile for life. Amen, man. And I tell people, I wasn't watching kid crap when I was a kid. I occasionally went to see Disney movies or watched them on TV. I predominantly watched adult movies, not like adult X-rated. I'm talking about films that were directed at adults, R-rated stuff. I was in love. Like, I was like 9 years old. I went to see Serpico. When I was 8, I went to see The Sting, Paul Newman and Robert Redford. I loved watching movies with my dad. We'd go see movies at John Wayne, God, man, he and I went to see so many movies together. The thing I miss most is going to see a movie or watching a movie with my dad because, like I said, he was a real cinephile, and he would read these biographical books, and we'd talk about these actors and their private lives and some of the weird shit they did. Like there's stuff I found out reading books with my dad about Hollywood, about Forrest Tucker, who was Larry Storch's buddy in several things from, the Ghostbusters TV series of the 70s to F Troop. And they were good friends in real life. But I thank you, Peter Vinkman, fan site. I do think I'm pretty well-rounded and very knowledgeable. The funny thing is, like, when I went to see Serpico, my dad didn't know whether to cover my eyes or cover my ears in scenes. He would just be like frustrated, like, I don't know what to do. Cover your eyes or cover your ears, because there's so much fucking profanity in that film and violence. When he got, because that had an impact on me, the scene where Al Pacino's character, Serpico, gets shot in the face, and they show it up close. It's close up. I wasn't traumatized by it, but it had a huge impact on me. And I always believed that if I was going to, it's the whole verisimilitude thing, always be truthful in your storytelling, always be truthful in your cinema. Don't be fake. Don't do things that don't look real. Even though it's not real, make it look as real as possible. And that's what they did there. But yeah, Mean Streets. Holy shit. Oh, no. Well, I hope you keep up. I invited Danny. Danny, I don't even know if Danny responded to me. Let me go check and see. Nope, he did not. Fat Steven did. Oh, Fat has no internet today. That's why he's not joining us. Widespread across Canada. This is the end. Internet down in Canada. This sucks. That explains why Mr. Tickletrunk's not here. He's always here. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that, Lindsay. Get any more of that plutonium Nyborg? There I was standing there with my dork hanging out. John Candy was great in Den. That was one of my favorite casting choices. Yeah, well, he's got me worried this week because he's not responding. I always get worried about him. Well, that's what I was saying, Kingsport Cal. He's in Canada. And in this internet outage is, I guess, countrywide is what Fat Steven just told me in a message. I'm assuming he probably used his phone. Oh, Parrot Head's here. Hi, Parrot Head. Well, I'm glad you guys showed up. Let's move on from Thief. Let me find what was the next one I wanted to show video from. So I'm going to stop sharing, share screen. What was it? Because I always keep these videos organized that I wanted to show. These fucking cocksuckers at YouTube. So let's see. I wanted to show Killer Elite. Killer Elite is the one I really wanted to talk about because Thief came out afterwards. So I'm actually going backward again. So I'm going to find the Killer Elite poster. And I did a movie poster recently that was an homage to this one. And open, is that a good quality? Yeah, it is. Open image in new tab. The movie is amazing because you get two leads from The Godfather. You've got Robert Duvall and James Caan playing partners and it is a betrayal. Oh, Stone Pie Media, what is up? Yeah, rest in peace, Mississippi. Rest in peace. So I'm going to share my screen here. Share screen. And this is the film that where's it at? It's 9K. Where's 9K? There it is. Oh, really? Oh, that's not going to work. I got to try another. Open in new tab. Hopefully this is a better quality picture. Yes, it is. All right, now we're talking. Now we're cooking with steam. There we go. Share screen. Boom, baby. Share. There we go. So this film is absolutely also on my list of favorite films of all time. It really impacted my my own writing and the use of action. Sam Peckinpah directed it. Katie Habert was production manager on the film. She had a little box she would sit on right next to the director and just always be down below him all the time. She was, oh my God, she's still gorgeous. As Sam Peckinpah once said, she's the most beautiful leading lady that's never been in front of the camera. And she still is in her 70s. She's gorgeous. No, I haven't gotten there yet, Peter Venkman fan site. I will. Brian's Song is not one of my favorite films, even though it's a great film. Don't get me wrong. I'm talking about my personal favorite James Caan films in this episode. And Brian's Song is great. Fucking tragic. Broke my heart kind of movie. But I will get to Alienation here shortly because this is 75. I've already hit 1981 with Thief, and I had to go back to 75, and then I'll jump up ahead of that in a minute. But The Killer Elite was the first movie to really show ninjas, American film, a major studio film that showed ninjas, and you got to see James Caan doing his martial arts. And he's a character who's partnered with Robert Duvall, and Robert Duvall, right from the very beginning of the film, betrays him. And instead of killing him, no, he maims him by shooting him in the kneecap. And it's called kneecapping. And ruins his future career. Basically tell him you just retired. And moves on to work with his gangster and corrupt government friends. And the rest of the film is both a takedown film and a revenge film, where he's going to bring all these guys down and he's going to enact his revenge on the people that ruined his life. Ruined, Brian. Ruined. But I enjoyed the film a lot. The TV series was really good, but it's a different animal to me. So you can't compare apples to oranges. They're just two different animals. But you can love it more because you enjoyed the series more than the story that you got from the film. But I can't say one is better than the other because I think the film was really good and I think the show was really good. Though I think they skimped on their budgets for the TV show. Anyway, back to what I was talking about with this film. It's the first film to use ninjas and as assassins because the people that Robert Duvall's character works for is some very bad people in Japan, including the Yakuza. So it's a solid film and one of my favorite Sam Peckinpah films of all time. Well, there are no strikes in judo. It's like Aikido. There are no strikes in Aikido. The shit you see Steven Seagal do, he's modifying it to turn things into strikes. Judo is a grappling art, and but jiu-jitsu, I think, is a good close quarter fighting style. I studied Ishinryu Karate Do as a kid. Got my first Dan when I was 17, and but I left it behind. I'm still friends with my sensei. I love having him in my life because he had a huge impact. Good morning, lovely Sherry. Good to see you. Gap Stargate is here too. Good morning. But I left karate behind when I was in the military, and I tried to study Aikido, but then I was like, this is it's got some interesting stuff to it, but this really isn't good for fighting people in a regular fight on the street. So I found another martial art form that had done what before Bruce Lee did Jeet Kune Do. Kajin Kimbo already existed, and it had done the same thing that he did with Jeet Kune Do, which was taking the best from each martial art form. And it's all about close quarter combat, very little grappling, and the basic philosophy is if you can block, you can strike. Kicks are for lower body, hand technique is for upper body. And you shouldn't throw off your center of gravity is what they try to teach you in this form. You should always be ready to be balanced at all times. And I love this style. I've had to use it, and it works. I've taken people down, put them in holds, thanks to Kajin Kimbo. I broke a cop's hand once using Kajin Kimbo. Mixture of Kajin Kimbo and Eskrima. And he was a friend of mine, and he asked me if I could disarm him before he squeezed the trigger on his weapon. Of course, we made sure it was unloaded. I personally did. I made sure it was unloaded before I handed it to him. And I said, pulled the hammer back. I said, your goal, I'm exactly 10 feet from you. And I had a broken broomstick as the Eskrima sticks, Arnis. And I said, you have 10 feet to squeeze that trigger before I knock it out of your hand. And before he could squeeze the trigger, I disarmed him, sent the gun flying across the room, and I broke his hand in the process. He wanted to know if I could do it. He asked me, do it, prove it to me, because I don't believe you. And I knocked it out of his hand and broke his hand before he could squeeze the trigger. And but anyway, this film, Killer Elite, is a great action film, but it's also one of the first real American martial arts films. And because it features martial arts in it. And James Caan in real life studied. He was a real student of martial arts. And you get a glimpse of that when he's in the movie Bottle Rocket years later. You actually see him practicing with one of his teachers in his underwear. It's one of the funniest scenes in the film. I love that movie Bottle Rocket. It's so weird. But let's get to another film. Let's see, stop screen. Let me see what else I've got to get to back in my folder. God damn it. I wish I could show this scene, but I know they're going to gank me if I do it. The scene where he's doing martial arts in Bottle Rocket. Sonny Corleone, Killer Elite, Rollerball, El Dorado, Alien Nation. Alien Nation, I guess, is the next big film of his that I liked. Shot in the 80s. Produced by the same people who did Aliens, and they did another film. I forget which one. And let me go ahead and pull a poster up from that. $1987? I think it was 7. I want the poster. Where's the poster? That's not the poster. '88? Is that it? Yeah, I'll just pull this up. Save image. And open in new tab. And then I'll share it. There we go. They are really making it difficult today. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you so fucking much, you fucking assholes. So there's his name was James Sykes, I think, something like that. John Sykes. And of course,
Yes,
one of my favorite
Sykes.
lines in the film was when he was making fun of Sam Francisco's name as they're going to the vehicle. And Sam goes, "It's interesting because in our language, your name sounds very similar to a word in our language, Sykes, which means excrement and cranium." Shithead. Matthew Sykes, that was it. I like that fucking movie. I really did. It's a cop film. It's a buddy cop film. And it's funny because he did the first buddy cop film. And he's just doing another buddy cop film. So, and it's in just like with Freebie and the Bean, he's sort of like he's speciest, racist, speciest, whatever you want to call it. Don't know the story. Could you put that back up? Thank you. Don't know the story about why he was not kept for the TV series. Well, he was still a movie star. I'm assuming that's what it was. He was going to work that until the end. He wanted to really keep that going. But really, his career kind of took a nosedive. He got the big bump because he did a movie called Misery, which is a great film. It's a great film. Not on my top 10 list, but it is a great film, and I thoroughly enjoy it. I've seen it like 3 times. And his performance is great. Everybody was really good in it. My God, what a cast. Kathy Bates, James Caan. I forget his name, the guy that plays the sheriff in it. Yep, excrement cranium. But from what I think happened is that he just wasn't, they couldn't afford him. If he was available, they couldn't afford him. Because he was still at really kind of a peak of his career. And it sort of ended with Misery. Misery was sort of the last great film that he made. And then he started doing smaller parts. And his comeback would be in another film. Let me see if I can find that. And it was an independent film that he was in, but it really kind of brought him back into the forefront of Hollywood. A little film. Let's see if this will open. Oh, here we go. Open image in new tab. I got to show this one. This is one of my favorite moments in the film. If you get large curd cottage cheese and add water to it, it's just basically looks like curdled milk. And so I'm assuming it was large curd cottage cheese with water added. Probably put sugar in it to make it more palatable. Yeah, spoiled milk gets newcomers drunk. That led to a joke that I ended up writing into Detective Nobody, created by Guar's Matt McGuire and me. And I said, it'd be funny is that it's discovered that milk is addictive. It has an additive that's addictive that comes through the milk from cows. And eventually the FDA says we got to make it illegal. And so all dairy products are considered a controlled substance. And so there's a scene where a guy tries to sell him powdered milk on the street. He goes, "Hey, man, you need some powdered milk? I got some yogurt." Anyway, that was funny. But it wasn't real spoiled milk, dude. It really wasn't. But let me see if I can enlarge this image. Here is an image of him doing karate, real karate in the movie Bottle Rocket. Share screen. Very fond of this movie. Very fond of this movie. And you see him, and this is a guy that actually he trains with and studies with in his underwear. And the idea of putting him in his underwear is just so fucking funny. It is such a funny scene. And oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Peter. Well, I know your name isn't Peter, but Fansite. I'll call you Fansite. David Kelly got James Spider-Man, James Spader for the spinoff. Are you drunk, Monkey Jeebus? PTA's first, right? Yeah, I knew you meant James Spader. James Spider-Man. Love it. But this movie, Bottle Rocket, it's like one of my favorite films of all time. I just freaking love this film. Trying to see if I can find a good copy of the poster. If you've never seen this film, you should watch it. It was, oh my God, what a great film. I just like that cover. I like the original post. This one's pretty good. Let me see if I can pull this one up. And it's got all three of the Wilson brothers in it. And what's funny is Luke and Owen are the two you always see together, but they have another brother that's in the film, and he plays kind of the villain in the movie. And open image, new tab. There we go. They do not want to share quality images with me today. Everything's going wrong technically today. Really fucking annoying. Share screen, share image. There we go. Bottle Rocket. And if you've never seen this film, you should go out and watch it, because it's the return of James Caan. He almost had like 7 or 8 years of like just nothing really coming out. And this movie, he plays the guy that's putting together a heist, and it's a small heist movie. It's not really a big heist. It's really kind of funny. And of course, what's his name that directed it? I forget his freaking name. Hold on, let me look it up real quick. It's Anderson. It's like he makes a lot of interesting films. Not great films, but very interesting films. Paul Anderson, Wes Anderson. I can't fucking remember. Wes Anderson. That's who it is. Wes Anderson. And Wes has made a lot of films, and some of them very memorable. He works a lot with Owen Wilson and Luke Wilson. One of my favorite films he did was, it was Jack's last movie. Hold on, give me a second. The Royal Tenenbaums. I freaking love that film. Most of his films just sort of like fall flat for me. I did like The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou. Was a really good film. But I think the only reason why it was good was because Bill Murray was so fucking awesome in it. But Bottle Rocket is his film that reintroduces James Caan to cinema. And it sort of gave him a new life. And right after that, he got the TV. So that's when he went to TV. And he back to TV, because he started in TV and came back to TV with that Las Vegas TV series he did. And he was really good in that. Yes, Stone Pie, Wes Anderson. Thank you. Don't say, I can't say I'm a huge fan of Wes Anderson, but he did several films that really hit well with me. And a lot of the times, I got to be honest, it was because of his cast, not because of his storytelling. It's because of the actors that he picked, like Rushmore. If it didn't have that kid and it didn't have Bill Murray, I wouldn't have enjoyed that film. I would have just thought it was, he's trying to be too niche. And I disliked it when directors go out of their way to be niche. It's like, I'm going to be different. It's like, just make a film and be different because it's your voice. Find your voice. But he does specific things that are meant to show off his niche. He's going for that handheld filmmaking of the 60s. It's what he's always going for. And it's like, look, man, are you gonna be like JJ all the time and do the mystery box thing? Because after a while it gets old. And I find like even his animated films I found kind of boring. The Mr. Fox and that Dog Island one. I was like, eh. But yeah, Murray and the Tenenbaums. What a great I love that fucking movie, dude. I really do. I can't think of any Wes Anderson movies I actually like. Those are the only ones I really like. I like Rushmore. I like Bottle Rocket. And I really like the Royal Tenenbaums. Because once again, it's the cast. If it was reliant completely on him using unknowns in these roles, I wouldn't have given a shit about it, because I don't think I think he's a boring writer, and he really is. But he really knows how to hire actors, and actors like being in his stuff because they don't know any better. Actors like to think they know something about storytelling, and only a handful of them really do. Harrison Ford is one of those few actors that really understands the art of storytelling, which is why he ran into so many problems and conflict with Ridley Scott. Yeah, I already read that one, buddy. The best in Royal Tenenbaums was the Indian guy stepping him. Oh my God, that was so fucking good. Yeah, and he learns his lesson. It made him a better person, and he forgave him. He's like, you had a right to stab me. I was wrong, But stabbing, I'm like, oh my God, why didn't you just like hit him over the head? It was like you stabbed him. Well, that's just it. He's too niche. And that's my problem. It's like he's going out of his way to be niche. And if you're going out of your way to be niche, you're failing at something. Just, he tries too hard. He puts on his try hard pants and fucking goes too far with the niche, not with the storytelling. And the same thing goes for JJ. JJ puts on his try hard pants and focuses on plot instead of story and character. I will say this: Wes always has interesting characters. The characters, and it's because, once again, the actors. But James Caan's character is just James Caan in that movie. And once again, go watch Bottle Rocket and just pay attention to James Caan's character and his scenes. Fucking great. Owen is typical Owen Wilson. Luke Wilson is typical Luke Wilson. And their other Wilson brother, I always forget his name. He always plays jerks, and he's so good at it because he looks like a jerk. But yeah, we stopped showing video, so they haven't ganked us again. I may just edit out a whole section of this episode, or just delete it after today. I might try it again later, so I can actually, show something. Oh no, it's really hard because you see these channels. This is what bugs me, is these channels that do breakdowns and talk about film. Like, you've got this one guy that does amazing breakdowns of Stanley Kubrick films, and he shows a lot of fucking footage. No fucking claims against him. Never pull his shit down. And I showed just a couple minutes of stuff, and they're fucking pulling me down twice. No thanks. YouTube has got its head up its ass. Yes, I have seen No Vacancy. I don't think he gets, for me, he doesn't get a bad rap. I like Luke Wilson. But Luke Wilson, like Owen, they always play the same character. It's a variation of their own personality. It works because Owen Wilson, I just enjoy the shit out of him. One of my favorite films with Owen is with Gene Hackman, when he did the Behind Enemy Lines. And I am a big fan of that film. But James Caan, I would love to show footage from that Vegas series because he was really good on that show. And I liked his appearance on Hawaii Five-0 because he plays Scott Caan, his own son, plays his dad on the series. And I thought that was really cool that they did that. Oh, they pulled it? Yeah, They really are. They're fucking horrible people at YouTube. If I offend them, I don't give a shit. I think they're horrible people doing that. When we're sitting here trying to promote things, we're showing things, we're, fuck them for doing that. Hey, what's up, 70s? How you doing, buddy? Yes, it is. The original, the only version of Rollerball is a great classic sci-fi film. And once again, the James Caan was notorious for this. He was in every fucking genre. He didn't limit himself to specific genres. He did some romantic comedies in the late 70s, early 80s. They were pretty good. I mean, I remember them because I would see every James Caan movie. But none of them really hit my list. The ones that hit my list are the ones I focused on today. They really had an impact on me in what I do. Yeah, and even Alienation did, because I really liked the film. It was a new variant of the buddy cop film, which he started with Alan Arkin with the movie Freebie and the Bee. Yeah, Kingsport, Cal. That was the one time you get to see Owen being real. And the thing is, I think that he should do more serious stuff and get away from comedy sometimes, because I thought he was good. The movie he did with Ben Stiller about the guy who created and was the voice of Alf on the series Alf and his drug addiction. That was a good fucking movie. They changed it all because they couldn't use Alf. Yeah, Freebie and the Bean is the first buddy cop film. The first cop chase film of its kind was just before with the movie Bullet. And then they came out with their version, and it became a buddy cop film. Instead of one cop against the system and the bad guys, it was this team. And it's just such a great film. Classic movie. Alan Arkin fucking nails it. I just, and Caan, the scene with the Texan, I mean, it takes everybody to get him in the back of that car, and he wants to fight both of them. And Alan Arkin gets sick of it, and he says, pull the car over. And he says, go up here. And they go up on an empty lot, and he's standing there waiting for him. And what he doesn't see is he's got the telescopic wand. And Texas boy's like, I'm going to kick your ass. And then Alan Arkin just beats the shit out of him. Just the snot right out of him with the weapon. And that was the end of him talking shit to the cops. Yes, I showed that. That's one of the things that got me in trouble today. For some reason, I have it on YouTube. It's on my channel, my one channel. It's never gotten fucking pulled. I show it today, and it gets me pulled. But it's one of the funniest scenes that you haven't seen something like that since the Keystone Cops. And actually, to be honest with you, that's where the cop car chase scenes came from both Bullet and from Freebie and the Bean. They both were the natural evolution of Keystone Cop stories, where instead of like a bunch of people, there's no story with the Keystone Cops. There are no characters. The Keystone Cops were a device. They actually changed it and created characters going through this. And it's brilliant. What's this? Korg? Did I miss something? Yeah, Paul Fusco. Yeah, he
has to be with something with Thor, most probably.
Has to do with what?
Thor.
Oh, Thor. I don't care about Thor. I'm not going to watch that movie. Because I knew it's going to be crap. The minute I saw the trailer, the first trailer where it shows him running as a boy, and I'm like, oh, I can see what he's trying to do here. It's more of the member berries. Look at this. We're going to do this. And what he did is look, Taika Waititi is an irreverent fucking filmmaker. And it works when he does his own movies. But when he starts working on other people's properties that have a fan base, basically all he's doing is shitting on the fan base when he does it. I didn't like Ragnarok. I don't think it's all that great. It was Planet Hulk, watered down. with a bunch of jokes. I don't mind when Thor is a little funny, being snarky, being funny, amused. But the fact is, I dislike it when he destroys characters. You know, Korg fucking pisses me off. What he did, he shit on that character. That's a great character from the comics. He fucking turns him into this pansy character. Talks like this, mate. Oh, yeah. Well, I'd be doing that, mate. Yeah. Oh, maybe you should say that to Jim here. Oh, wait. Jim's dead. Sorry. Fucking. When you are irreverent, you lack reverence. And you don't want to have that working on properties like Marvel and Star Wars, unless you're going to fucking manage them. And he did a good job with Mando because he's being managed. But Marvel lets him have too much free reign, and he just sort of fucks things up. And so I didn't expect much. I didn't expect when I heard that she was going to be Thor. I'm like, nah, I'm not going to give a shit about this movie. The whole bait and switch shit. Permanent Midnight. Yes, what a fucking movie. Yes, Hurley is in there. Yeah, first time I had it on VHS. Yep. Why, John? Why are you doing that?
Because okay. Popcorn.
If free popcorn, there you go. Go ahead and do that. But I swear to God, if you get one of the Thor buckets, I'm going to make fun of you, John. I'm going to make fun of you. I'm sad that Keith had to leave. Family stuff going on, dealing with. So he'll be there this afternoon. But I guess I'm going to go ahead and wrap up today's show. I'm surprised I made it through. I got so angry with YouTube ganking us like that. Fuck YouTube. But yeah, going back to Permanent Midnight, what a fucking movie. You know, Ben Stiller, a lot of people give him shit. I like him. I think he's a better filmmaker. And I have, you know, because you can play 6 Degrees of Separation with me and major names in Hollywood, because I work for Dale Dye. And Dale Dye has worked with a lot of fucking Hollywood people. And Ben Stiller is 1 degree away from me because Dale Dye was the senior military advisor for the movie Tropic Thunder. He was asked to play the part of Nick Nolte's character, and Dale refused to play the part. He says, even though I understand what you're doing here, I won't play a character that disparages the military. It's a rule he has. And it's a rule I admire about Dale Dye. So Nick Nolte, they pulled Nick Nolte to play the character. But that was originally supposed to be Dale Dye. And the whole movie is a parody of war movies like Platoon and shit like that. And I enjoyed it. It's a pretty fucking good film. You know, I enjoy the shit out of it. Tom Cruise is amazing in that fucking movie. God damn, as Les, whatever his name is, the movie producer, fucking asshole. God, I love it. Great. What's that? I got to watch JW Dominion last night because my wife wanted to watch it. That's awesome. I tell you right now, it's a good day to sit down and go watch something from James Caan, at least one. Go watch something. And when it comes to my list of things that I recommend Thief. I recommend Alien Nation, Bottle Rocket, El Dorado. Freebie and the Bean is number 1 on my list. And Lady in the Cage, what I didn't say about that movie is it scared the shit out of me as a kid because I saw it when I was 6. And that movie freaked me out. Rollerball, another classic. Godfather, when he played Sonny Corleone. What a great film. And number 2 favorite film of all time with him, for me, is, after Freebie and the Bean, is The Killer Elite. What a great fucking movie. And, you know, and there are other films that are great with him in it that you can go watch. I definitely say go watch Misery. He is wonderful in that film. It feels more like a stage play than a movie. when you watch it. It feels like you're watching a play because it's a one set, really. Almost everything is in one room, but classic movie. It really is good. It's not on my top 20 list. I'd put it up there closer to top 50. But the only thing I talked about today was my top 20 list of films with him. And Les Grossman, yeah. The laser pointer thing was stupid. Stupid is funny sometimes. I don't mind stupid. It's a comedy.
Not this time. No, it's in the Jurassic World thing that I showed.
Oh, Jurassic. Oh, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck Jurassic World. You'll have to pay me to go see that movie. I won't watch that fucking movie. The last movie ruined it, Brian. Ruined it for me because it was a stupid ending. I've said I would like to do a fan edit that cuts in a scene of him shooting somebody from one of his movies, and he turns and shoots her. That or immediately after she does it, she's eaten by a dinosaur.
I would
because she
that.
needs to die for what she did.
Because of the irony.
Well, that would be ironic if she was eaten by one of the things she freed. So. Well, because it was so few films, yes. But the fact is they're not in my top 10. They spread out all the way up through technically the whole 20s. I think one of the films is in my into the 20s list wise, and that one's Alien Nation because it's not high on the list. It's further up.
Kings,
but,
I would.
They used to back when Facebook had allowed you to publish notes. You could go to my notes, and there was my top 100 list of all movies that I had in my top 100 list. And I would get so aggravated. Somebody go, well, why isn't this movie in your top? And I'm like going, it's in your top list. Stop trying to judge my list off of your list. My list is my list. It's mine. It doesn't mean I didn't enjoy the film you're talking about, but it's not on my fucking list. Stop fucking hassling me. Oh, the TV show? I haven't watched that either. I'm not interested in it. But I'll take your word for it because I'm sure it is written better because it's popular. But popular doesn't always mean great. And this is the thing that's bad. And I know I'm fully aware of it. And I don't need somebody fucking telling me that when I tell people to go to Rotten Tomatoes and don't pay any attention to the critics, the established, published, paid critics, always look to the right, to the audience reaction. But the fact is there's a double side to that, which is some things that are populist aren't necessarily good. They're entertaining. I mean, people talk about how great Jurassic World was, this last one, not the new one, but the last one. And I'm like, no, it really wasn't very good. The only two good Jurassic films was 1 and 3. Because I enjoyed Jurassic Park 3. That's where Sam Neill comes back and to help find a kid. I enjoyed that one. The second one I thought was silly. I didn't think it was well written. And it makes me think of this one. Hold on a second. I'll find it here. Where's it at? Is this it?
Stop that. It's silly. Very silly.
And that's what I think of Jurassic World in particular. I don't think it's very good. They do a lot of member berries, in it. And it's really funny because I like Colin Trevorrow. I think he's a really good writer. His third Star Wars sequel should have been the movie we got. And it would have been made even Rian Johnson's more palatable. Yeah, I wouldn't know. Again, I don't watch it. A lot of people don't understand that there are some things I don't waste my time on. I just won't watch. It's like I want to watch certain things. I put things on my list, and I will actually even download stuff. And if I don't get the urge to watch it after so many months, I delete it off my hard drive because I realized I really don't want to watch it. I just wanted to see if Gerry would react or rank films the way I want to. It's interesting to hear someone else who shares my similar interest things. That's the point of criticism. Yeah, and it's like the top 5 films. This is absolutely a fact. My top 5 films will never change. I don't care how good a new film might be. Those top 5 that are in my top 5 films of all time are never going to be surpassed. In fact, I doubt my top 10 list will be surpassed. My top 5, number 1, Blade Runner. Number 2, The Thing, John Carpenter's The Thing. Number 3, Escape from New York. Number 4 is The Duelist. Number 5, Big Trouble in Little China. All Ridley Scott and John Carpenter films, 1 through 5. And that'll never change. Ghostbusters is in my top 10, by the way. But my top 5, Empire is in my top 10 list. Empire, Ghostbusters. And you know what's really weird is I work for Dale Dye, and none of Dale Dye's films that he's worked on are in my top 10. They're in my top 25, but they're not in my top 10. And that's funny because I'm a big fan of the films he's worked on. Dale Dye, my boss, has worked on more Oscar-winning war films than any military advisor in the history of Hollywood. Yeah. Yeah, I'm liking what's but I could do a top 20 list for you guys. Maybe I'll do it Monday. Read you off my top 20 list of favorite films of all time. I mean, if you guys would like to see that, I'll do it. Escape from New York is just a great indie sci-fi film. And studio put it out, but it was really an independent film. And what they pulled off there, I mean, they got James Cameron to do some of the visual effects in it. He came up with some nifty ideas how are we going to pull this off? And he came up with ideas, man. He's an outside the box thinker. That's because he came up through the Roger Corman system. Roger Corman only wanted to work with guys who know how to think outside the box. How are we going to make this happen and make it look good? I mean, you go back, Rob Bottin, James Cameron. God, so many directors I like came up through Roger Corman. Fuck, Jack Nicholson got his start through Roger Corman. A lot of people don't realize that. He was in like 3 fucking movies that Roger Corman produced and directed. Yeah, I'll tell you what, on Monday, I'll do my top 20 list. Favorite films of all time. And I think, you can know a lot about a person by the music that they listen to and by the movies they love to watch. They grind. It doesn't rip open. Yeah, I think sometimes they do things not in a bad way. I'll tell you one movie to watch because they were very clever in how they do is the movie Earthquake with Charlton Heston, Ernest Borden. God, what a cast. The Master of Disaster made that film. He did the Poseidon Adventure. Great fucking movie, man. They put a road on top of a road to create the road ripping open. No CG, it's all done practically. I fucking love that. They use a mixture of miniatures and actual full-scale disaster sets. Seven Samurai is in my top 20. Actually, there are 2 Akira Kurosawa films on my top 20. You'll find out about it on Monday. So But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up, guys. It was a fun show today. Appreciate everybody showing up. You got my list for me, buddy? Yeah, we're doing a show this afternoon at 2:00. We're going to have celebrated artist Drew Blair, who is, in my opinion, to my knowledge, the best airbrush artist, living airbrush artist in the United States. He holds a school. It was in Florida. I think it's still in Florida, teaching other people how to do what he does. He's been featured more times on Airbrush Artist magazine than any other airbrush artist, and featured. I mean, he's just amazing. And he's going to be on our show this afternoon. Hopefully, I'm going to double check with him, make sure nothing came up. Otherwise, if he can't make it, it'll be another James Caan day. This time I'll do it a little fucking smarter so YouTube doesn't fucking do what it did and gank my fucking show. I used to airbrush. Well, I'm an airbrush artist. I started doing airbrush back in the day. And I mean, but I use mixed medium when I do it. You know, it's like, here, I'll show you when it's mixed medium. Go to, I'll find this. Images. Or just maybe just go to the website, see if it's on there. Go to, it's my Twitter. There we go. Let's go to this one. And I'm sure it is on here somewhere. Let me see. Comic illustration. Is it on that one? Nope. Look under poster art. Because one of my Star Trek paintings ended up being used as a cover for a book. Yep, here it is. I'll open it up here. Open link. Well, let me. No. Open image in new tab. There we go. And this is the book and my artwork. Share. And this is mixed medium. I'm using airbrush with brushes. Share screen. Boom. There we go. The book I did, it was Trekkers, the internet guide for Star Trek. And here, I'll enlarge it even more so you see it better. And this is a mixed medium. There's airbrushing on here. All of the space is done through airbrushing, the glows, everything, the tractor beam, the phaser strikes. But then I go in and hand paint a lot of the vehicles. You know, these ships are all hand painted. And this lightning coming off of the phaser strike on the nacelle, on the I forget that class, because there's two versions of it right there, because I'm a big fan of that. The Enterprise C is like one of my favorite versions of the ship. It's not Constitution class. Constellation class, was that it? But it's one of my favorite ships.
No, the C, wasn't it an ambassador class?
Is it ambassador? I can't remember. And then, of course, right below it there, with firing two phasers, using two different phaser banks, is the Reliant class. I love the Reliant class too. Excelsior class has got its hull destroyed.
Miranda class, I think, is the Reliant.
And this painting is huge. It was the size of a good section of the wall. So you're really, background's loud. There we go. But I was very proud of this painting, and it sold for $10,000. I didn't get a dime of it. I gave it away for a charity. I just gave it to them to sell, and they got $10,000 for it. And I sat there going, I should have asked for a percentage, but I wouldn't do that. And so it's on somebody's wall somewhere, you know, in Illinois, because it was at a Star Trek convention in Illinois. Yes, you can tell they are because they say bork, 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 bork. So I want to thank Anime Confusa for being here. Brightest Day, Cam's Crash Courses, Cavatino Calverman Che, Darius Munchausen, Das Wölfin, D-Bud Martin, I don't know why I do that, Bub. Gap Stargate, Kingsport Cal, Latino Slant was here, Polly, Lindsay the Cynical Geek, Monkey Jeebus, Pacific 414, Pat S was here, Parrot Head, Penny was here. Good to see you, Penny. Raging Rat, Shanatsky, Sox Bulletin, Stone Pie Media, That 70s Rock Fan, the lovely Sherry, and of course, my good friend Zax was here. It's glad to see everybody. It was nice seeing everybody this morning. Awesome one. Yeah, good morning, man. Ending the show. So, it's been a day. I didn't do a show yesterday because I didn't get here to the new digs until it was too late. It was almost noon when I got here. So, but I'll be airing a show on Monday. Monday will be, I'm going to go over my top 20 list, favorite films of all time. And you'll see a lot of, it's very varied. And I have a lot of distinct tastes. One thing you'll notice that's consistent, I like films that have really good stories. I like a good story. I like good characters, interesting characters. But with that, we shall end the show today. I hope everybody enjoyed what we could, even though we were ganked offline for a total of 8 minutes, 2 different times. These assholes at YouTube. I wish they ganked me for that, calling them assholes. Our credits will be coming up next, but I want to thank Martin Acosta Santana for being here. I appreciate it. I know you're feeling sick, but I'm going to keep checking on you, and I'm glad you're here whenever you do show up because you really do help me a lot. And it's deeply appreciated, man.
When it's glad to be of service.
Yeah, your Indiana accent is so weird. Anyway, I will see you guys later. Have a good morning. I'll see you this afternoon at 2:00 Central Time for TGIF. And once again, Drew Blair is our planned guest if nothing goes wrong. If he doesn't show up, I'm not worried because I want to talk more about James Caan. And I'd like to do it with my friends. So there we go. Until then, see y'all.